Our next representative comes to us. He is an eager beaver go-getter all of the time. Never stops. Got his restaurant. Walked over to his desk during the session. He was taking takeout orders on the desk phone, calling him back to the restaurant. Ladies and gentlemen, just kidding. Maybe. Representative Pat Proctor.
Attorney General stand over there. I'm pretty sure that that's some kind of law violation. So, a year ago, May 21st, the last day of the regular session of the legislature, I was standing out on the lawn in front of the Capitol with some of the folks out here in the audience, and we were demanding that we do something, that the legislature do something to rein in the governor and rein in her unchecked, unrestrained exercise of executive power. And so one of the proudest votes that I took this year in my first session in the legislature, besides of course valiant of both, which I was honored to vote on your behalf in favor of that resolution so that you'll get the chance to vote on that next year. But probably the second most proud vote that I took was in favor of changes to the Kansas Emergency Management Act to restore your voice through your legislators and through your county commissions in emergency response. I'm talking about it today because no matter what we do in Topeka, if we don't have the right people in our local offices and in our county offices, it doesn't matter what we do up in Topeka, because they will not respect the will of the people and they'll trot all over your rights. You know, our county commission, God bless them, they did what the people of Leavenworth wanted on the governor's mask ordinance or mask order, and they opted out of the mask order. So there's a few county commissioners, so please, if you haven't already, thank them face to face. But then darn near every city in Leavenworth County opted right back in. And a bunch of those folks that opted back in to that mask order, the mask ordinances that were passed all over the city, all over these cities, those folks are on the ballot. Some of them just in a couple weeks. You know, in the city of Leavenworth, August 3rd, there's going to be a primary because the outcry was so great that so many people filed to unseat those three city commissioners. Yep. My opponent in the last election, Mike Griswold, he went around, told everybody he's a Republican when he was running, and then filed as a Democrat to run against me for the legislature. He voted for the mask ordinance. Mark Preisinger, who used to tell everybody he was a Republican, used to be registered Republican, now he's registered unaffiliated, voted for the mask ordinance. And you know, Jermaine Wilson, who's also on the ballot, used to be a Democrat, now he's an unaffiliated. He didn't vote for the mask ordinance, but then he voted along with the entire rest of the commission for every property tax hike that we got year after year after year. You know why they do this stuff? They do this stuff because we never hold them accountable. So we've got a chance. We've got a chance in Leavenworth, and also, you know, the Lansing School Board is going to have a primary in a few days too, and you know that they kept kids out of school, they kept kids remote learning, and then when they did a poll of all the parents, and all the polling parents said we want our kids back in school, they finally relented by a 4-3 vote, and did 4 out of 5 days in-person learning. Those folks are up too. Those folks are up too. And so if you want conservatives in those seats, if you want folks that are going to reflect your will in the city commission, city councils, and the school board, you've got to get out and vote, but you've also got to get all your neighbors out and vote. You don't believe the number of people that I talk to that are very active, in the midterm elections, very active in the presidential elections, don't even know there's an election in a few weeks. So don't just go vote, get your neighbors out to vote. Go around today, most of the candidates, we got a lot of great Republican candidates that are running, and they all got tables here. Go talk to those folks, find somebody that you can support, grab a fistful of signs, or 2 fistfuls, and then go to all your neighbors' house, tell them about them, and get signs in those yards. I'm as guilty of this as anybody, but we as a party, we as a county party, for too long, we have not paid attention to these races. And that's why we get mask orders. That's why we get kids learning on a computer screen instead of classrooms. So please, get out, talk to your neighbors, get out, support these candidates, and let's flip these city commissions and flip these school boards. Thank you.